Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Mga ka-blossoms namin sa FPB. Now, meron pa tayong extension kahit September na kasi naputol po ang pagpanayam natin dahil po naubusan tayo ng oras. Ngayon po ay papanayamin ko si Ginang Gloria Magallanes Loeb. Is that correct, Glo? Ang pag-pronounce ko?
Loeb.
Loeb.
Loeb. Loeb.
Loeb.
Loeb, like an earlobe. Like an
Okay.
earlobe. Earlobe, like lobe.
Loeb.
Loeb.
Ang hirap. Ano po, siya isa sa mga moderators natin sa Filipino Poets and Blossoms, and kailangan i-introduce niya ang sarili niya sa ating mga ka-blossoms and of course sa lahat na manunood. Glo, it's your turn. Introduce yourself.
Okay. Magandang hapon lahat sa Filipino Poets in Blossom. Ako si Gloria Magallanes Loeb. Galing ito sa San Francisco Live. So I'm so sorry I wasn't able to do my interview with Miss Helen Sarita because what happened to her mom. And because of that, of course, we were out of time. But then I tried to reach out again sa kanya kung pwede na may i-resume ang aming interview that she didn't do. So sorry, but like hinahabol namin ito para sa inyo lahat. There.
Thank you, Glo.
Yeah,
now, ikaw na talaga ang nag-follow up sa akin kasi tahimik na ako ngayon. And
yeah, no,
I'm
so
happy
sorry.
that nabigyan mo talaga ng paraan at oras para sa pagpanayam kong ito.
Yeah.
Hindi kasi alam ng ibang mga membro sa FPB na ikaw po ay classmate ko sa high school dito sa Bacolod, sa University of Negros
Occidental Recoletos. You know our.
So ano ba, Glo? Kasi during our time sa high school pa, ano na po kasi si Gloria, American citizen. I remember, nang exempted ka sa C80. Uuwi ka na kung mag-C80 kami kasi hindi pwede ang American citizen or hindi na kailangan sa inyo na mag-C80.
No, hindi pwede mag-uniform ng fatigue.
Hindi. Because your father was, ano nga yun?
Yeah, my dad was a U.S. Army. So he served in the U.S. Army. So like when we were born here, and even though my dad brought us back there, it took how many years to learn the language, everything else. And till I was in high school, I think in freshman high school, that's when I kind of speak the language and the dialect correctly. But of course I get fun of people kind of, you may say a little bully, but make fun out of me because they think I'm just pulling their leg, but that's how I talk. So I can't really say anything else. So yeah, so that was it. But yeah, but I could still understand what you're talking about. I could still speak Ilonggo, Tagalog, Cebuano because of our relations with my dad's relatives there. So that's why I think he brought us back there so that we could understand our family history and the traditions of how it is to be as a Filipina. Yeah, so I think it was also a good thing that he wanted us to let us understand and be part of it, which I am. I can't deny I am, but as I said, I could still speak Ilonggo Tagalog, but not very fluent in Tagalog. I could understand, but I can't really relate it back in the same way that you're gonna talk to me. So yeah, sorry. So that's about
That's
it.
why nag-click tayo during our high school. Kasi po, ako rin, di ba, Cebuano, hindi ako marunong mag-Ilonggo. At saka ikaw nahirapan din mag-Ilonggo. Parang taparay tayo sa seats, di ba? I remember we were in the first row, ganon.
Yeah. But because like our helper were also speaking in Cebuano, that's why I could understand you. So that's why we were talking I was talking to you a little bit in Cebuano because I understood the language, the dialect because of that. So that's why it was easy for us to understand each other.
Pero di ba, Glo, mahilig ka na talaga sa poetry during our high school days. You remember that?
It was actually, I think, in grade school, but then I was just trying to put all the different wording and the rhyming. I used to write something, but it didn't really make sense or rhyme. But that's how it is in poetry. It could be anything. But then I didn't realize that until in high school. But then, yeah, it kind of got a little bit more not really intense, but like more of an understanding that, oh, I could do this and I could do that, and learning about how it is. You could put certain words and make more sense to it, to make it more, how would you say, not like in an easy way of saying in a learned way that everybody could understand every day, but make it more kind of like more understanding, like how they did it as a poet. So that's why learning it in high school, that's when I started to decide, okay, maybe I should have some of my poems contributed in our school paper. What was our teacher's name? Miss Dakula, I think.
Miss Dakula.
Miss
Si Miss
Dakula.
Dakula po.
Yeah, remember they were saying Dakula? Dakula kay iya.
Si Miss Dakula and si Miss Christina Diego.
No, si Miss Diego. Yeah, pero amo na ay ginahamba nila, as they were saying, Miss Dracula kay te Dakula butangan mo arte Dracula na kuno. Gina sudlong na naton siya, pero amo na gapangaki na ganit siya. I remember.
Yes. Sometimes, pinakita mo sa akin ang work mo sometimes. Di ba? Magsulat ka din. Parang about your sister.
It's been so long, I can't even remember that part. But if you have the memory, that's so nice. To remind me, because I can't even remember certain things anymore. So yeah. Well, thanks for letting me know.
All girls, right, Glo? All girls in your family, your siblings. Are you the youngest?
No, I'm second to the youngest, but I'm the youngest among the girls.
I see.
Yeah, we have a big family, so the story is.
I remember that.
Yeah, but the story is our mom. She was married first to American Indian. Her first husband was American Indian. So she was already here in America after the war. So she was already here. And then her sister, my aunt, also married American who was also in the army. It just so happened that they both had the same luck in life, even though they were left behind by their father, that they didn't even know what happened to him. He just like disappeared out of thin air and left their mom, and then my mom and dad. I mean, my mom, my aunt and their brother. So it was just them and their mom. So she had a hard life until she met her first husband, who was American Indian, and she had kids too. So my mom was very blessed to have a lot of kids from us, and it was all natural. Could you believe that?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I saw some of your sisters, actually. They're also Unorian, right?
Yeah, they are. And they were under even all of our teachers. They were under them too, like Miss Diego, and who was that teacher in physics? I can't remember. Or was it algebra? Oh no, not algebra. I think it's
De La
trigonometry.
Torre. Miss De La
No,
Torre.
it was a
Miss,
man. It's a man. It's a man.
Mr. Nunez. Mr. Nunez.
Yeah, him. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was Mr. Nunez. And what was it? Was it trigonometry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah.
He
so
passed away. He
our-
passed away just like 2 years ago.
Oh really? Oh, bless his heart. But like, you didn't know a story. I'm going to tell you a story since you mentioned his name. I don't know, you remember that some of our classmates said they were warning everybody, said, okay, just in case, I'm letting you know, he might ask you because he approached me and asked me to borrow money. So one time the bell rang. So I was so ready to get out the door and he stopped me. And I was already forewarned. I think it was Julene, our classmate. Si Joy Balal, Joy Hasildo.
Si Jolene Casildo.
Yes. Yes, she kind of forewarned me beforehand that he might approach me. And he did on that certain day. Oh my gosh. Could you believe what he asked me? He goes, oh, Gloria, di ba tatay mo, kwan, sa army, ano siya, inang pensionado, damo ka kwarta. Siya pwede ko mahutam da si imo 50 na pesos. Sa linya again, kabastos na maisto. Oh my God. He asked me if I had some money on me. Siya, kay may damo ka mang kwarta kay American citizen. Siya ko, sir, I'm so sorry. He didn't know, nagakurugid ko ya. Nagamangkot siya, namang kulang siya kwarta sa akon. And I go, oh my God, what? And then you know what else he told me? He said, pahula mo ta ka kwarta, pero I'll make your grade higher. He's trying to blackmail me. Really? And I go, what? Yeah, you didn't know that. But do you remember Joy or some of our classmates said that he might approach you? Do you remember that part?
No, I didn't remember.
You don't? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. But he approached me. He approached me and he asked me, and if he could borrow 50 pesos from me. Shame on you, but bless his heart because he passed away. But like, oh my God, like for a teacher asking me, like I didn't have money. I don't even bring money to school. Like, I don't know.
For
but
sure,
like,
for sure matawa si Miss Diego marinig tong interview na po.
oh my God. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am, but that's the truth. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. But yeah, that's the truth. And yeah, like once in a while I talk to Joy because me, Joy, and another friend of ours, our classmate, we have our own little chat thing. I haven't talked to her because I've been so busy with my job and it's just kind of tiring. Ever since I met with Rose in Seattle.
Yeah, just recently with Rose and Jessica Benavente.
So it's like ever since I came back, I'm been so busy. So yeah, and you know, I'm tired.
It was good that you had time to meet them.
Yeah, because it was in a planning stage way back, and I was supposed to meet her way back like in 2019, and then I was planning to, but then I changed my mind, and then her parents came from Bacolod and visit her. She said, Tani, nagkadto ka design kay ari di si mama kag si papa ko na bisita. So I haven't.
Si Jessica.
Yeah. Oo. Pero I met Jessica and her husband. I mean, he's very pleasant. And then I met Jessica's young son. He's in high school now.
Yeah.
His name is Arthur. Yeah, he's very shy kid, but he's really nice. But he likes, as I heard, he likes to tinker with like electronics, like just like his father, because his dad, I believe, was an engineer. So yeah, he's just like his dad. He likes to like tinker with stuff.
Nakita ko man tong interview na to some of our other classmates here. Natawa ako sa imo. Then, sino pa ba ang mga other classmates natin na naging close mo?
Well, aside from you, there's Ray Saison.
Of course, I love her and I miss her.
I know she's been off Facebook for almost like, gosh, maybe close to a year.
Kung makakontak lang sana ako sa kanya, she really loves poetry and marami kaming balak na collaboration na
yeah,
kasi taga Cebu talaga siya eh.
Oo. But I don't know what happened. The last time I heard about her was like when the past president was running as again or trying
Yeah.
to,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I won't say, but
Remember
like
yung mga post
previous
niya
president,
about
yeah,
ano?
yeah, that was the last time I heard that she was on Facebook, and after that she disappeared out of thin air. I don't
Yes.
know. I don't
I am
know.
worried.
So yeah, so
She's the
I
one
don't know if you have
inviting me to go there. She,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, very persistent to invite me. But what
Yeah, but she
happened
lives
to her
kind of
now?
far. She lives in Virginia. I'm in San Francisco.
Yeah.
San Francisco's here. Virginia's way over here. Kentucky's over here. Where Miss Eureka Roby.
Eureka.
San Francisco's here. She's somewhere over here on this side. Because this is San Francisco.
I hope
Okay.
that she's okay. I hope that she's okay.
Yeah, I think she's okay, but I think she's just focusing on her family and her job. Because she told me that, oh, I forgot. She did message me last month out of the blue because I keep leaving her messages in Messenger, and then all of a sudden I did got one. She said, like, look, I'm okay. Thanks for thinking about me. I appreciate that, but like, there's so many things going on. She said, I'll try to tell you one of these days, but right now she's focusing
Good.
on
Just last month? Just last month?
Yeah.
So meaning FPB is already here.
Her Facebook is still active. It's just she's not being active on her own account.
Kasi
But
nag-worry talaga ako sa kanya. And then when we speak Cebuano talaga. Kaya she's really from Cebu, from Naga.
Yeah.
And then their surname is the name of the street. Yeah.
Like my maiden name, Magallanes
Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope she's okay.
Mm-hmm. I think.
And who else you remember in our classmates?
Well, aside from you and her, of course, is Rose that we call Tagik. Remember, Tagik na iya nickname. And then si Ika, and then si Joji Borromeo bala, ang lubuon bala. And then
Manghod ni Miss Deb.
Yeah. Oo, and then there was also,
na siya.
Yeah, and then there was also Estrella Masconiana, Pinky.
Oh, si Pinky. Pero may gakit anay before COVID. Subong naghahadlok na siya magwa.
Oo, man kay iya man mga utod na kanamatay man to. As I recall. Yeah, recently though, how many months ago though, iya na brother napatay, no? Iya na brother, I know, she told me ang iya na brother.
Sari, you remember Sari?
Yeah, I remember Sari. Yeah, she was my classmate in grade 4. And Lourdes Poole and Rose and Jessica and Jose Cortez and sino pagid. I think there was like 7 or 8 of my classmates in 4th grade na classmate na itong gyapon hasta sa high school. But like I have different kind of groups, like as I said, it was Rose and Joy, and then there was time with you, and then there was somebody else. I don't know, she's no longer, I don't know. Remember si Corazon bala? Kadungdong kasi
Si Corazon Makilan, wala na ko kakita ever since nagkanto-kanto ko diri sa Cebu, Bacolod. Wala
na siya man sa Bacolod na siya kung sa Iloilo.
Ari lang siya sa Bacolod, sa Silingnisin o. Si Teresita Malanday daw dira lang ilabalay o. Pirmi siya kaagi diri. Oo.
Gali man. Ano natabot
lang siya, kaya lang hindi lang pirmi lang siya wala dira kay napatay man ang iya husband. Oh. And then pasensya na magkaon ko kay daw galaway ko.
Oh. Ano ginakaon mo dahil?
Apple man lang.
Oh, apple. Okay, mayo man apple. Si ano pagid, was it your friend ang Do imo na bala kilala na friend ng friend, ita balaga picture sa ano bala after school, after we're done with our classes, you have a friend na lalaki na gadala siya permit camera. He was a photographer. Imo to na friend to? Kasi no to na friend.
Photographer?
Oo. Sino to man? Si Daisy Morales to iyan na friend. Kung sino to gani man. Ang friend ba nag-picture sa aton?
Nalipat ko, wala siguro. For sure, hindi ako.
there was this
Kasi
guy.
wala, di ba during our time, sa high school ta,
Yes.
lain ang mga lalaki, lain ang mga babae.
No, he didn't go to school there. It was just a friend of one of our schoolmates. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the one who always take our picture in black and white. Do you remember that person?
I remember, pero I remember my picture ta black and white, pero hindi, nalipat na ko kung sino ang ka-picture.
Yeah, it was that person. I think it was Daisy Morales' friend.
Maybe.
And-
Daisy is in
Iloilo?
NSA ba? Ano nang NSO before? Bago na
What's
ang name.
NSO?
Ha?
What?
PSA na siya sa Iloilo.
What's
Si Daisy
BS?
Morales.
What is that?
Before NSO ang tawag.
What is it though? What is that shortcut for?
National Statistic Office.
Okay, so she's in a higher position as like for government, something like that.
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
madali lang sa akin before magkuha ng mga birth certificates, yan na nag-process niyan.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, all
Puntahan
right.
ko lang siya.
Okay,
And then,
that was
ano pa bang memories natin sa high school? Hanggang ka ba, fourth year high school lang? Nag-graduate ka then after college?
I stayed there to college because at first I wanted to take architecture.
So, diri ka sa Philippines nag-college?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, until
What school?
the same school. The same school from from grade school to high school. But before that, when my dad brought us back, we went to LCC first. And then from LCC, we transferred to UNOR.
So same school, from elementary, high school, and college.
Yep, same place, same school. Yes.
So
I didn't
after
go-
college, nag-US ka?
Not quite yet. I went to work a little bit. I went to work with my uncle. The judge in City Hall I didn't know it was our relative because our dad said, "Oh, Judge Demosthenes Magallanes is your uncle." That's what he told me. So I worked there as an apprentice for a bit. And then from there, I went to work for my brother-in-law in their family business in a business and finance loaning company. I think it's called Godeco. Do you remember that place? I don't know, but it was called Godeco before. Somewhere near the Coconut Bank, near downtown. So I think I can't remember the street, but it was like
It's already UCPB, I think.
no, it was near the Coconut Planters Bank. The other one near, when you come from the plaza, how would I explain it? Central Market's here, but then when you go on this side
yes.
and then you go around.
Plaza Mart, somewhere in Plaza Mart.
Yeah, Plaza Mart, but on this side, yeah, that street, yeah, that's where the company I worked for my brother-in-law, and then for a little bit, I kind of stayed a bit, and then until my dad got sickly. So when I was going backwards again, after college, before college, I went to work for my uncle, and then I worked at my brother-in-law's, and then after a while it was fine. And then when I graduated in college, my dad was getting sick. He was sickly. So when I graduated, it was like, I try to keep on pushing on what I can, but of course your mind is heavy, was thinking about your own parent, right? But when I graduated, nobody came to my graduation, which I didn't really complain. But my neighbor next door, who was a friend of mine, who now lives in Switzerland, she kind of like volunteered to bring my toga, my graduation gown, and my cap to carry to go to school to have my graduation. So she was the one who went with me for my graduation because my dad was sickly.
That's the
And
same
then,
apartment there in.
yeah,
I
yeah, in
always
Bacolod.
pass that way.
Yeah, it's on Lupisaina. Lupisaina.
Design. Yeah.
Yeah, Lupisaina. So it's
You
like
you brought me one time there in your apartment.
I can't even remember that time. I don't. So thanks for reminding me. As again, it's been so long I haven't. So it's like yeah. So she went to my graduation, and then after a week later, my dad passed away. And they were telling me, as like Filipino people, how they say the saying goes like, your dad was trying to hold on until he really wanted to see you go up on the stairs to get your diploma. You know, they say that all the time, like in Filipino way. Like they say that sometimes, even though they're so sick and they can't come with you, but they just trying to hang on until you finally get that part that you really graduated.
All your sisters are there already in the US.
Oh, all of us are. All of us are. Yeah, all of us are.
You are just near with each other.
Yeah, but I have about like 3 or 4 siblings. They're outside San Francisco. It's like about like an hour and a half to get there. So it's not like
that's
outside.
good. Just at least
Yeah.
malapit lang kayo, hindi masyadong malayo ba? Na
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So parang nawala ka, matagal na bang hindi ka nagsulat or ano?
Well, because when I got here, the first thing that you got to do, you can't just sit around because, you know, first of all, yeah, like you just got here and then you see the sights and all that. But then to be more specific and more serious, you can't just like be like a tourist when you're going to be here, because I was born here. So you have to find a job, right, to live. So yeah, so after a while, you have to work. So when you're working, it's dedicated to that. And I haven't been writing, but then aside from writing, my other hobby that I did was sketching. Because at first, as I was saying before we went to this kind of conversation, I wanted to take architecture in interior design, but my dad kind of like deterred me to say, how about you just take like accounting or like business commerce, because, you know, maybe you might do better in that, because nobody in my family was in accounting or in any kind of like commerce. It's like I have a sister who's a nurse. I have 2 sisters who's a nurse, sorry. And then a brother who wanted to be a doctor, but then this brother might keep changing his mind until he finally decided what he wanted to be. And he's now like somewhat like a nurse, but I forget the other, there's a word for it. So he's not like a VM, but it's still considered like somewhat like between a nurse and like a technician, because he draws blood and do all the other things like a nurse does, but I don't know the exact terminology for it. And then I have a sister who graduated as a mass comm, and a sister in psychology, and then a brother who took like a technology school of like somewhat like doing like electrical stuff and that. But yeah, pretty much. But like I think my dad wanted me to be that. It's because like when my dad passed away, I was the one who took care of everything, of all of our land. We had land in Binalbagan that we decided that nobody in the family wanted to take care of the rice field and the sugar plantation.
Rice field?
Yeah, we had. Yeah, we did.
Sino ang take care dyan ngayon? Sugar plantation.
Well, we sold our dad's share to his sister, my aunt, who was still alive then. She was like single. She was a spinster, so she never married. So, but she 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 adopted a young girl that was in their neighborhood, that when my grandfather and grandmother was alive, she knows them, but we never saw none of our parents or none of our grandparents on both sides, because we are already here in the States. We were born here. So it's like they kind of like took care of our land when my dad was not there. But
Malaki ba yun, Glo? Malaki ba yun?
I have no idea how big is the acre, but like ever since our dad passed away, we decided to just sell our dad's share to our aunt, because they know more about it, because my aunt was in charge of it when her parents died and when my dad wasn't around, because my dad served US Army. So it's like she knows better, and this young woman that she adopted, that she considered as her daughter, took care of it. And then this daughter of hers that she adopted married and had one son. They took care of it, so they know more about it. So we were glad that we gave it at least to our relative who know better about it and took care of it. But like, as I said, like nobody in my family want to take care of the land of rice fields and sugar plantation, and nobody don't want to live in the farm. I'm sorry. Hindi kami gusto mag-start
So,
sa
maswerte sila kasi napunta sa
Ano?
kanila.
Yeah, hindi man kami siling na ma-start sa bukid, kay tanan kami do city person gid. Ako gani
Person, gid.
no.
Ako
yeah,
nga
city person.
late na ako nagkaroon ng interest to cultivate sa land. Parang
Oh, yeah.
wala sa akin yun, wala. Parang maraming nagtanong bakit daw na na pinabayaan lang namin, ganun. Eh
Yeah.
kasi parang wala sa isip ko. Ngayon lang, kasi may nakita ko maraming maraming ang bibili for retirement purposes, na at least nasa tranquil place ka, ganun. So
Yeah.
malayo sa crowd. So naisip ko nga, why not, di ba? Tapos
Yeah,
malapit
but
sa karsada, hindi na kailangan papasok pa. So very convenient kung puntahan ko. Ganun.
Yeah, but like as I said, nobody in my family is interested, because as I said, we're all here, and most especially my eldest sister, because when we got there, she was a teenager, and she's the only sibling of mine, don't know how to speak no Filipino, no nothing. So when we talked to her, we had to translate everything to her, and she gets mad because like she goes like, "Are you saying something behind my back?" Like, do ginalibak ko no siya, kay hindi siya kaintindi, so ang mga pangakit.
Hindi siya kaintindi sa Ilonggo?
Hindi
Nga pagkadto nyo diri sa Bacolod, nabilin siya or wala? Ari man siya.
Pero teenager na siya.
Teenager na siya, wala na siya magmayda, makabalo, mag-Ilonggo.
No, she didn't. Everything that she said was wrong. The only thing that she could say was, I think, what was the only thing that she said? I can't remember, but yeah, everything, she can't say anything. So
pero ikaw during our time, din gasungaw ang ginahambal mo, mga ganon, maskin Ilonggo.
Oh, really?
Parang, ha?
Ang butsing mo da.
Tuod. Kay, di ba, ang explanation mo, nang may ara ka mo kuno nga, kumbaga kung born ka sa US, dogas sungaw kuno diri sa ilong ang ginahambal nyo. May gina-explain ka sa akon sina.
Ang ginahambal niya do slang. But I can't.
But
hindi ko man na ginahungol, kaya amo na ang gagwa sa ako.
Oo, wala nimo ginahungod, syempre. Syempre kay dito ka mo na dira ka mo na tao. So nang nakita mo lang ako while nag-friends ta sa Facebook. Nakita mo ako nag-post ng poetry. Sa isip mo na wala man ko gasulat before nga ang nagulpi lang. Anong ara sa mind mo?
Well, when I saw all your beautiful work, I go, well, like I could do this, but like I don't have time, because it's like I've been writing, but then I kind of stopped for a long time. As I said, I was working, and then even though when people say, "Oh, why would you work so hard? But like here, it's different. Could you believe I had 2 jobs at the same time? There was a time I had 3 jobs. Don't you know that, Lynn?
Ano yun? Ano yun? Hindi ko na-gets.
Oh, you didn't hear me? I said, there was a time, tatlo ako na ubra. I had 3. Yeah, nang single ko. So, ang ginhimo ko, 2 ang full-time, ang isa part-time. So, kung vacation ko sa Pihak, na full-time, ara ko naman gubra sa Pihak. And then, kung day off ko sa Pihak, ara ko sa part-time job ko. So,
Namangkot ko na lang, Abi.
Ha?
Na ang gaubra ka amo na ka ano nga. Di ba? Para sa diin na nga tudo-tudo gid ka work. Nga
Well,
isa mala ang bata mo. Ano ang ginaanuhan mo?
Well, as before it's different, but now it's totally is essential. Why? Because now everything is skyrocketing expensive. Here in San Francisco, the rent is just outrageous. It's just too much. That's why people in California, you know, where they go, they want to move to Texas or Florida because like to rent even an apartment, it goes like, just like for 1 bedroom, it's like almost like $3,000. In other places in different states, maybe like where Miss Eureka Robbie is, you could rent a house for that same amount. That's why it's very expensive here in California. Not only in San Francisco, it could be anywhere in LA, in San Diego, in California, in LA, in
mga big states.
Yeah, Santa Cruz.
New York.
Yeah. New York, yeah, it is. New York, even Seattle, where Rose lived, yeah, it's expensive. That's why people rather live in the southern states. But again, I don't want to live there. You know why? Because they have hurricanes. You know what you hear in the news, they have hurricanes and floods. I don't want to be there. But no matter where you go, there's always some kind of calamity. We have earthquakes here too. So no matter where you can't escape anywhere. Anywhere you go, there's always some kind of a calamity. So it's a natural.
Siyempre naman, kahit saan. Kahit saan.
Yeah.
That's why we're thinking sa FPB na magkaroon kami ng something like charity kasi hindi natin mapaghandaan yan. At saka nag-iisip sila sila si Ma'am Teresita, nag-iisip sila ng mga ganon. So, para sa akin, nagsusupport lang ako kung ano ang magandang nila plano for FPB na makatulong lang. Kasi iba, maganda talaga kung makatulong. So, that's it. Ang tanong ko sa iyo kanina, sabi ko, hindi ka ba nagtaka na kumbaga na-inclined ako into poetry na hindi mo man nakita sa high school pa tayo because we were friends na nagsusulat ako. Ano bang nasa isip mo during that time na nakita mo nag-post ako ng poems? Ano ba ang nasa isip mo that time?
You mean like on Facebook?
Sa pag friends na natin ulit dito sa Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I go like, like this is kind of like so kind of cool that like you're writing and pouring out your feelings, your inner self that you haven't really shared with anybody else. But like I go like, and I think this is kind of a great kind of medium of showing your inner self and pouring out your heart and your soul to people that could understand and connect exactly what you're feeling. And that's how I understand as being a writer, as a poet, that if you understand it, then you will feel it. And when you feel it, it touches you here. You know what I'm saying? It feels it. You could feel it in here. But if you don't understand it and you just write it without understanding it inside here, and all the way inside of your whole self, then to me, why you write for? But like, if you have that certain thing in you, then I think it's a great thing. So when I saw that, I go, maybe I should go back writing. But there was a time I think I asked you, what do you think of this poem? And you said like, oh, we keep on writing, Glo. Keep on writing. But I only post maybe one or three, and that was it. And then Ray was also like saying like, oh, Glo, keep on writing, Glo, because it's really good. But then I stopped because like, I can't remember what was the reason, but it's been so long. And then I have a notebook. I have some poems I wrote way back in 2015. I think I just probably post maybe 3 or 4 on Facebook, but the old ones, I haven't really put anything there. I think I have one on the FPB, the one that you asked me that was part of your anthology, the first anthology of FPB. I would like to buy
It's
that.
not FPB before. It's
The
Beyond the
Blossom.
Language.
Beyond the Language, actually, I'm sorry. But like, yeah, I would like to get a copy of that because that poem of mine, you made it part of the anthology, and it was titled, I believe, The Vow, I believe. But it was also in Tagalog. But
Yeah. With
yeah,
English translation.
yes. And then yeah, so as I said, like I have a notebook, and it's full of my other work that hasn't been shown on FTV. The ones I'm putting there is the most recent, but like these were like way back in 2014 or 15, and that was like probably like 6
Saka
years ago.
from that, dumadami na yung group mo at meron kayong own glows, what we call that?
Oh, my own, yeah. This one is called
Glows
Glows.
Poetry.
Yes.
And then,
I created it because like my poems is getting like way too many. I decided to have it separate from my regular FPB so that people won't get distracted, because it's like when you post something on FPB, it's just like your personal thing, like you're with your family and stuff. This one I want to
so
do
that's your
just for my own.
personal.
Exactly, just for my writing. And then when I get my certificates from whatever poetry group, I put it there.
Dinala din kita sa passion of poetry, ganon.
Yes,
So
thank you very
dumadami
much. Thank you. Without you,
You're always welcome.
Yeah, because then I asked you that one time way back in March, I believe. Yes, it was in March. And you
Yeah, it was
asked,
in March.
and then you said, just join it. And then I did. And then I tried, the weekly contest that they have, and I joined. And then within that 2-week frame when I just started, I think I won that first certificate.
Yes.
And you posted it on my side, on my post. Yeah. And I was surprised, like, whoa, wait a minute. What is this? And I
Because
thought
it
that
made
was
me
really
proud, of course, because
Yeah.
you're my classmate, and it was me who awakened you
Yeah, because I was
to go back
hibernating for a long time.
writing.
Yeah. I'm just like one of those those creatures they call it, like here in the States they call it like one of those what is that? It's like when they wake up, the shadow's gone, but when it's like dark, the shadow is down there under the ground, something like that. I forget us these silly creatures, they always like come out. Not
So
gophers. I forget.
are you enjoying sa FPB naman? Ano masabi mo pala sa FPB?
Actually, I've seen a lot of very talented people there, and then they just started, but I think they've been writing continuously, unlike me, like I've been writing, but I keep writing, then stop, then writing and stop. But they keep writing continuously, and it kind of develops the flow of the thinking of whatever subject or visual prompt they call it, or a certain verse of word that you just write about anything. And I could mention a few. It's Jeffrey Sejero. He's very good. Adrian
Yeah, it's very good.
Ortega. And then Mr. Jake
Morales.
And
Jake Morales.
Mr. Kira. I think his name.
Mr.
I think I just
Kira.
found out I think I found his real name. He's Rosalito.
Joselito.
Yeah,
I think Di
Rosalito.
Guzman. I
Yeah,
forgot.
I
Basta
just,
Joselito. Uh,
yeah, but I go like, why don't you just have your real
so
name? Because,
dumadami ang friends mo, dumadami ang mga kaibigan mo sa FPB.
yeah, and then some they ask to be friends with me, and I have to check first if they're part of the FPB or some of the other poetry group. Because for me, I just don't friend somebody when I know they're not into the same thing what I'm doing. Because I see certain ones that I'm hesitant because they don't have a picture. So if they don't have a
Yeah.
picture and they say their
You
name
have
is
to be
this, I
sure.
don't know if they're really sincere who they say they are. And I don't want to have somebody who's gonna destroy my name on Facebook that could
Yes.
be giving me a virus or could
Always
be
be
hacking my
safe.
account. Exactly. So
Kaya nga, kailangan mo i-ano mo talaga, i-check ang record niya, ang profile niya before accepting.
yeah. Yeah, because I
Isa
see,
pa, chine-check ko rin ang kung marami ba kaming common friends, gano'n.
yeah, yeah.
Kasi
That's what
importante
I would
yun.
get. Yeah, because I notice like from Passion to the Pen Wonders, and then there's a Poetry Planet, and then Sanctuary and something.
Ang dami
Like,
mo ng group,
I know, right? Now it's like, I think it's almost 20. That's too much to me. You said you have like 150. That's way beyond too much.
But, dami naman
yeah.
Talagang groups.
Yeah, but
Kaya
I think
lang, it's actually time
consuming. I mean, Miss, what's her name? I think it's Miss Rose Lipodo or Lipodo.
Janet Rose.
Oh, was it Janet Rose Lipodo? Yeah.
Ricodo. Yeah.
Ricodo. Sorry.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy na nalaman ko ang dami mong friends.
Yeah, she invited me. I think she has a new one, and I'm still kind of thinking. And then Miss Lenny Ritoma, and then
Ellen.
And then Ellen, and then Miss Nympha Mateo. She also invited me. That's why I'm on the Poetry Planet, because of I think Miss Mam Nympha, and then who else? I think Mr. Sir Crispolo, Mr. Crispolo.
Bakod
Tapa, yeah, I think he has his own personal post.
Just like yours.
I think his is called
personal
script something, I forget. And then I think Miss Charito
Gonzaga is also from
Gonzaga. I'm thinking of somebody else, but her name was also like that. But yeah, she has her own too. Yeah, so they invited me too. And then there was another poet from Passion. I think he's like from, I'm not sure, from India or from Bangladesh. I think his name is starts with the A. Afid, I can't say his name, but he invited me to his own personal blog or something like that. So yeah, so there's
wala namang problema kasi kung marami kayong group and then the same talaga ang aim sa grupo pareho for unity, for oneness, I don't mind, di ba?
Yeah.
Yun, kung saan ka comfortable, kung saan ka masaya, kung saan ka makakonect ng marami kayong magawang kabutihan, that's beautiful, di ba?
Yeah. So, yeah, like as I said, I think where I'm at, 20 groups is just fine because I'm so busy, and then when I get home, I try to relax. And then on my day off, that's when I try to catch up as much. But like, I haven't been writing. Lately. You know what I've been doing? It just comes to my mind. So I get my phone. I see whatever prompt contest. Oh, hang on. What's that? I see the prompt contest on these different groups, and I just automatically write it. It just comes to me. I just automatically just put it on my phone. I type it in without writing on a notebook.
I
But
see.
then,
Direct to your
yeah,
phone.
yeah, and
Direct to
then
your phone now.
and then I just take a picture of it, so I have a copy. That's what I do, because it's like, it's my own personal idea, and I don't want nobody saying it's there. So that's still my proof that I have a copy. That's why I've been trying to write it on my notebooks, but I've been too busy lately. I work like
Yeah,
about
I
80.
understand because we
Yeah.
are all busy. Sobrang
Yes.
dami nating ginagawa. Actually, I
Oo.
was about to go outside, but then because naka-schedule ako sa iyo, hindi na ako lumabas.
Oh, I am so
Kasi
sorry.
ang hirap kasi ang hirap na ng kumbaga i-miss ko. Ang hirap kaya ng mag-ano sa schedule niyo. Like for example,
Yeah.
Dimple, ang hirap kasi different time. So,
Yeah, different
nahirapan
times.
ako.
Yeah,
Tapos
kasi
nag-work pa
ako,
kayo, kailangan niyo mag-ano ng schedule niyo na maging free kayo. So,
yeah.
ako ang mag-adjust kasi ako okay lang naman na lalabas ba ko or hindi.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
ayan.
Well, I thank you for that. Thank you for that,
And
Helen.
then na lang po. What's your message for our new members in FPB and also to your friends? Ano ang mensahe mo para sa kanila so that they will be happy hearing you na
Oh my God. Hearing me saying what?
kahit ano lang.
Oh, let me think. Oh my gosh, it's on the spot. Okay, wait.
Simple lang na message.
Well, for those who just started and those who just want to be known, I think it's like to have all your ideas open, not to be like saying like you're writing and you're not writing for a competition. This is like to show your talent and share it with other people and other poets. I don't want people, or like being a writer, you don't want to be like selective, like I only want this person, and this person, and this person to know me. No, I don't like that. I don't like favoritism, sorry. And then to me, you should be open to all, because being a writer, that's how it is. If you want to publish your book and you want people to read it, then let it be shown, share it. But don't just be selective of certain people. To me, that's not right, because that's being selective. To me, is being like favoritism. You only want these certain people to be part of you. How could these other people grow if you're gonna just let these other people be part of you, not the other people just starting? And to me, that's wrong. I'm sorry. That's just mine. That's just my opinion, you know. Because I see some, I think,
and you are right.
Yeah, because I think I've seen some of our moderator meeting that they don't know that we're talking about what's going on behind the scenes. I've seen it because I'm part of the moderator. And sometimes like one of the moderators or the part of the administration will say something about this, like somebody was complaining about this, somebody was complaining about this, and something about like the poem wasn't there when she posted and it was stolen. And she was like complaining something about, she put it there, but she can't find it. So I read about that too. So just don't say, I don't know anything, because I did read and heard, and I have other, I have ears, I have eyes that I see what's going on behind the whole group. So sorry, but just don't feel kind of like, just being, how would you say, I will say, don't try to be like hidden. Just show yourself, okay? Just don't be selective with certain people, because like if you're gonna do that, you're not gonna grow. You're not gonna grow, and people won't like it. And then that's when people go start saying something bad about you. And I don't want to be part of that. If it's gonna happen, then you could go ahead whatever you want, but I'm not gonna do nothing with you. Adios, amigos. That will be me. That will be me. So I don't. Yeah, I don't want to be part of that. I have no time to bitch and do that because I'm already a grown person. We're already in our 50s, Len. Di ba play mo edad?
Ano,
We're not
mag
kids.
56 na ko this coming October 2.
Ay, te, kahubin pa si mo, magulang pa ko si mo, do dua ka tuig, isa ka tuig, ah.
Kay
December.
Marian ko nag-start schooling.
Oo.
So,
bilang ano ka, inang what you call it, it's like you're one of those gifted ones kasi you start early. So bilang bisa na grade 1 ka tani, ginbutang ka na guro grade 3.
yeah, hindi though 4 years old or 5 ko na grade 1 instead dapat 7.
That's what I was
Amo na
saying.
nga.
Ano? Oo.
Daw ka
You're
bata pa sa akon.
Yeah, that's why I already know that. So yeah, you were intellectual already. I already know that.
Hindi,
Yeah.
ano lang, Bisayain, Tagalogin ko yung sinasabi mo. Di,
Oh, okay.
di kasi
Yeah, para sa kanila,
yung ang gusto po ni Gloria na nang hindi tayo maging choosy kung sino ang kaibiganin natin, dapat equal ang paningin natin sa lahat kasi we will not grow. Hindi tayo mag-grow kung ganyan ang natin nasa isip natin. We have to be equal in treating other people because
tama. Oo.
'Di ba? So yun ang gusto kong sabihin na hindi malayo tayo sa pag-grow kung pinipili lang natin ang taong gusto natin i-connect. So dapat walang classification yan. We have to connect everyone because actually God treated us equally. So, yan din ang yan din ang dapat natin gawin. So, no matter ano ang status sa life mo, sa life niya, we have to love each other talaga. Para like for example, meron tayong book. Paano natin, di ba, it's really good to spread love. Naalala mo yung acrostic ko sa pa-contest? We will spread.
Yeah, I saw that. You know, I had one, but I never posted because I was so busy. And then I just noticed it on my notes. It was actually Filipino poets and poetry. But I will post it when I have the time, but I never did because I was so busy.
Meron mga late na makita, hindi na-close na yung contest. But then, parang maka-idea ka, ay magsulat din ako niyan, although not for the contest. Maraming ganun kasi mahuli na. So it's really good. For me, isa din yan na adikain ko na I have to, sa mga acrostic na pa-contest or even sa Filipino Poets and Blossoms na it should be inspiring lahat. Kasi for me, our words as poets, our power power yan that we can unite, we can be one sa mga sinusulat natin, and it can even solve hatred problems ganon. So it should be written from the heart para talagang iba di ba, kung ang mga sinusulat mo from the heart, may yan kumbaga may intensity na talagang makatouch ng ibang tao na pwede ring makapag-change ng life nila, perspective and outlook nila sa buhay.
Especially like I know some people, they never wrote anything, and I know for our members, they're mostly professional. They're like teachers, they're nurses, they're either doctors, and I think what was he? He was like a politician dyan sa Pilipinas, sa Maynila. I think I forget what's his name, pero siya, politician, di ba siya?
Manny Pacquiao?
No, there was another gentleman. May isa pa. I forget, ano ba siya? Yung parang sa government siya. I forget his name. Di ba na-mention ninyo siya? I forget. He was so quiet pero biglang siya, pero maganda daw siya when when he writes. I forget what's his,
Si Asek Dancing.
maybe.
Assistant. Oo. Yung nag-greet
Yeah.
sa atin, nag 1,000 tayo members.
I think so. Yeah.
Si Asek yun, EP Dancing. So,
Yeah, 'cause like I know for some people, sometimes they don't write. It's not their thing, but somehow in some part of their life, it just come out of nowhere because you know why? Because they lost a loved one. They just grieve about a child like you, and then they grieve about something that they really want to do but they can't do, and they try to express us through this certain way, and then that's how the flow of writing just came out of nowhere. And they keep on doing and doing and doing it almost like every day of the week, that it just comes out. So it's just coming
Yes.
out naturally.
Kaya nga, talagang magme-melt hatred tong mga pagsusulat natin kung gawin natin sa insakto. So I really
Oo.
believe that we can group as one, na talagang merong power, kung talagang tayo lahat nasa puso natin yung ginagawa natin. So that's it. Glo, nang magka-cut to automatically ang Zoom. So I have to thank you for your time being with me now.
And I thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and maraming salamat everybody from Filipino Poets in Blossom. I thank you so much, and I'm sorry it was delayed, but we finally made it, and you see me right here. And as I say, my name is Gloria Magallanes Loeb. Loeb, like a ear. It's L-O-E as the alphabet, B as a boy.
So I'm so happy.
No, because some they pronounce it like Loeb. And I said, why is it
Kaya,
Loeb?
kahit ako, Gloria Magallanes Loeb. Ano ba yan, Loeb? Loeb.
No, it's Loeb. Hey, ang akon ginpamana, ano siya ay tatay Jewish, ang iya nanay Irish. So oo, and then ang bana ko gin-adapt ni siya, pero hindi na siya kabalo mag-speak sang Spanish kay taga Colombia ni siya, pero gin-adapt ni siya, sang gamay pa ni siya ng baby. So it's like you only speak straight English. So akong bana hindi siya Pinoy. Kung nasal anak siya pero Pinoy kay itsura do Pinoy pero hindi na siya.
Abi ko gani Pinoy kay ang itsura
hindi
niya
siya. Oo, so amo na English lang gidya, amo na istorya, amo na. So amo na.
Namian ko gidya magtawganay ta ang accent mo.
Oh, really?
Kung gin-interview mo ako, sige, padayon mo lang, i-English mo lang para masanay ako regarding the magazine.
Really? So do you want me to do that again? do you want me to interview?
Yes, I remember. Kasi you're very interested na na bakit ano bang nangyari, paano ko ginawa yon. So
well, yeah, you have to ask like why you want to do this for what reason? Why do you think this will
ang dami mong tanong.
Well, yeah, because like when you
hinayaan lang kita, natatawa ako kasi may pumasok sa kwarto, na-shock sila nga sobrang ko magsalita kasi I was talking with you.
Oh, really? Sino na naglalagtaon mga bata mo?
Ay, maskin sino lang.
Oh.
Maskin sino lang.
Oh, wait, before we end this Zoom, did I tell you that I think your husband is my friend on Facebook? His name is Virgilio, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because
add ng ads. Oh.
Yeah, he sent me a friend request and I go, Virgilio, I think this is Helen's husband. Virgilio. Yeah, Virgilio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makita niya to. Kasi nang gahulat lang na siya matapos makapost ako sa YouTube. That's the time open siya. So nagtaka siya, wala ka na bang interview? Sabi niya. Sabi ko, wala na, tapos na sa August. So sabi mo, parang meron pa. Kung na late na nag-antay na lang kung kung ako ang i-follow up. So thank you, Glo, and so happy na natapos tong
Oh yeah, thank you
pagpanayam
so
ko na
much.
ito.
Thank you
And
so much.
thank
My
you so
pleasure.
much. And
Thank you.
regards. Ipakita ko to sa
Yeah.
mga classmates natin.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And as I will say again, this is Gloria from San Francisco. Thank you, everybody, and have a good afternoon. And over here, it's about 11:45 in the evening here.
Oh
San
my
Francisco.
God, almost 12.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
have to rest. Bye. Bye for
All
now.
right. Well, thank you so much.
Mwah.
Love you. Stay
Love
safe and
you.
healthy. Stay safe and healthy, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.